Ricard, always watching and tracking for you from the JES Weather Center.
All right, meanwhile, we continue to track Tropical Storm Faye, which is right now near the New Jersey coast. And it's actually strengthened a little bit since this morning as it rides through the warm Gulf Stream. But this has absolutely no bearing on our weather here at home. That's a good thing for us, although we do need a little bit of rain for our gardens and lawns. Just getting a stray shower south of Galax. That's the only game in town right now. The big story is the heat. It feels like 94 in Roanoke and Smith Mountain Lake. Feels like 92 in Lexington and Lynchburg. Feeling like the 90s in Southside. And feeling like the upper 80s in the New River Valley. Now, that's just going to keep dialing up as we go through the rest of the afternoon. Areas like Roanoke, Rocky Mount, Bedford, Lynchburg, Southside, we may actually feel like the mid to upper 90s throughout the afternoon, unless we get a storm to come in and actually cool things down just a little bit. Speaking of that, future tracker showing that we're dry another hour from now. By around 2 or 3 p.m. we could see just a few pop-ups, especially in the highlands. After about 4 or 5 p.m. that's when we can see a few more scattered showers and thunderstorms. So some of you may be disappointed, others may be a little happy with some relief for the garden as we go late this afternoon into the evening. There's 9 p.m. may have a stray shower around Lynchburg or around parts of Nelson, Amherst, or Rockbridge counties, and that's about it. Overnight heading into tomorrow, we start to dry things out with a partly cloudy sky by around 5 a.m. And I bring up that time for a very specific reason, because there's a lot going on in the pre-dawn sky. Start you out in the southeast. There's the moon, there's Mars. You go farther to the left, which would be the east. There's Venus and the bright star Aldebaran. Then you continue to go toward the northeast. There's this bright star called Capella, and then the comet Neowise. We've got a photo gallery of that comet from some of you guys on WSLS.com right now. Look tomorrow morning toward the northeast between 4 and 5 a.m. Shaping up to be a good weekend after that. The sun rises, goes to quick work, man. Let me tell you, temperatures in the upper 80s and lower 90s. Maybe a spotty storm in the mountains tomorrow. Any chance of storms Sunday going to be toward the evening. So each day we have plenty of time to warm up into the upper 80s and lower 90s. But there will be a little bit of a difference. Today, the humidity is borderline tropical. Tomorrow may actually be a little more tolerable, and it starts to rise a little bit by Sunday and by Monday. So not a lot of a break from the humidity and no break from the heat. Look at this. This is Monday. You got high pressure out toward the west. That's promoting some big time heat for them. If that moves east without any interruption, we're going to be hotter than we are right now. We're talking temperatures in the middle, maybe even upper 90s for parts of the area. Now, that won't necessarily be the case for the New River Valley because we're higher in elevation. So we're in the mid to upper 80s here the next several days. Our best shot at seeing storms is today, and it's on a scattered basis. Storm chances are limited beyond that. And by Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week, we'll be in the upper 80s and lower 90s. And you got to think, on average, we only hit 90 degrees in the NRV a handful of times. So when you go down in elevation, you start to see things heating up a little bit more. For the Roanoke Valley, today in the low to mid 90s, tomorrow upper 80s and lower 90s, ditto for Sunday and Monday. And then keeping an eye on that high pressure system because that could lead to some very hot air by the middle of next week. Right now, going with high temperatures in the middle 90s. And guys, this is a perfect forecast for ice cream. I'm seeing on Instagram that Big Lick ice cream has a new flavor, key lime cheesecake.
Ew.
Oh my gosh, no, that sounds good.
That sounds great.
I'm not a big lime fan. That's
I'm
why.
a big ice cream fan.
But any ice cream